presented by Capital One. Tallahassee, Florida, where they're partying in the parking garage, camped out just above the lawn and ready for Florida State's last stand as the 5th-seeded Seminoles try to survive against 12-seed Texas Tech. Could be the last game in Garnet and Gold for Michaela Edenfield. The Red Raiders in their first Super Regional.
I'm interested to see in this game today as Nyjah Kennedy throws a pop-up to left field to Elder. If she expands the zone more with her rise ball, change up 15% of the time, and her rise ball 6 out of 10 times, and that is her best chase pitch, her rise up in the zone.
Janai Kerr drops down a bunt. Kennedy, a very good fielder, throws it low and in time over to Lauren Allred for a 2-pitch out. Short, compact swings they got to beat the power of Kennedy. 2-2 for Deck. She strikes out swinging. A perfect first inning for a second straight day.
Nyjah Kennedy could have been an easy out.
Davis grounds the ball softly to Torres, whose throw gets away. Davis darts for second, and Maya Davis kicks off the game on a slow ground ball that should be a hit, then an error again. Game yesterday, reaching base 3 times, played a clean second. Now she squares, drops down the bunt. Apsell lobs to first, and Langoliers does her job. The junior had a monster regional weekend, and Allred is hit by this one for sure. A hit by pitch for and now an 0-2 count on Johnson, who takes in the dirt. Allred's on the run again, and not sure Edenfield would have thrown through anyway. It's a steal for
Fly ball pitcher, less of a ground ball pitcher.
That's a pop-up, shallow left field. Wade Kaser's there. Davis tags from third. Davis is coming home where she's safe. A lightning bolt on a shallow fly to left, and Texas Tech strikes first.
And look how it's so shallow. Wade Kaser gets behind it, perfect position, but this is all speed of Maya Davis. It's how she got on base, and now it's how she scores the first run again for
And Kennedy grounds this ball to Torres at short, who ends the inning. A 1-0 lead for Texas Tech.
Stride here in the month of May.
Michaela Edenfield swings at the first pitch in the second and lofts a fly ball to right center. A 1-pitch out against Edenfield. And McKenzie with a slow ground ball to shortstop, and she's safe at first. Beat the throw from Haley Toney for her second infield single of the Super. 2 years ago, last year lost in the Super Regional round in 2 at Oklahoma. Wade Kaser to center field, right in front of the fence. Davis cleans it up.
That's
consistently a tighter zone with him behind the plate. Strike 3, she went to the curve outside again for her second inning-ending K. Raiders, who got an unearned run in the first against the Hofstra transfer Julia Apsell, the redshirt senior, whose 3-2 is swung through for the first Florida State strikeout. Into force game 3. Try to get to OKC for the 13th time. Lindemuth lobs one to shallow center. That falls in between Hartley and Kerr for a 2-strike base hit. Texas tilting catcher. Valdez pops a bunt up to a sliding Edenfield for the second out.
When you have a rise ball pitcher in a bunt situation, oftentimes that ball is going to rise and the bunter is going to get the bottom of the ball exactly what
regional. 2-1 for Toney. That ball's up in the air to center, and Janai Kerr, and it's a scoreless second inning for Apsell. 8-9-1 coming up for that. Standing in for Angeli Bueno. Ross lays down a bunt, charged at first by Allred, and Florida State is 0 for 2 on bunt attempts.
79 pitches in the win.
She might throw less than that at this rate. A first pitch out for Annie Potter. Pinch hitting for Christina Hartley. 1-2 here. Isa Torres to shallow left center field. It's a 7-pitch third inning for Nigeria Kennedy. And in fact, the Texas Tech team is wearing the pink ribbon on their helmets and their hats in this super regional. Down to third, a 1-pitch out for Julia Apsell against Maya Davis.
And it starts with her at the top.
Alexa Langoliers grounds it off Apsell. Torres does not have a play at first. And it's an infield hit for Alexa Langoliers. Her first time, homered yesterday. 2 strikes on Allred. Soft swing down to third, and Beecham, who makes the play across the way. Langoliers to second on the second out.
Well, and because of that culture, that tradition.
And what a run she's been on. So 3 earned over the last 10 outings for Jazzy Francic. 1-2 for Johnson, who chases strike 3. After the team released the news shortly after that. This is in the left center for Davis, and out number 1. Team on a 3-2, Dak pops one up in a shallow center for Langoliers. Another first 2 batters retired for Nigeria Kennedy.
And one more thing, and
1-1 to Michaela Edenfield. Grounds the ball to third. 1 base runner in 4 innings for Florida State. Nigeria Kennedy continues to dominate.
Control the break to make them do things mechanically, whatever he wants them to do, just by changing the speed and direction of the machines.
Jazzy Francic looking like a machine on the mound. She struck out Johnson and Kennedy now.
That has called pitches on her own, oftentimes in her career before she got here.
It's a ground ball, gets past Francic to second. Potter didn't cleanly field it, and Demi Elder is aboard with 1 out.
In defense.
And they have a 1-0 lead in this 4th inning. Jennings to short. Torres cannot field the hop. It's another infield miscue for Florida State.
They're usually
A 1-0 Texas Tech lead in the game and series. Holloman strikes out swinging. Active positions in the country in a pivotal game 2. Tony grounds the ball to third. Beecham cannot pick the short hop. An infield hit and 2 infield errors. The 1-1. Davis to the right side, into the glove of Potter. Lady Luck shines on the Seminoles. With the changeup. Nothing's worked so far. Drilled to third, and Lindemuth, maybe the hardest hit ball of the regional, the super regional for Florida State, and it's a line drive out for Nigeria Kennedy. Waitcaser drills it to left. That ball will get to the fence. Waitcaser's on her way to second, and in there safely. Florida State's first extra base hit of this super regional. Tying run at second is DeLong. Way high, it's off the glove of Valdez, and DeLong gets down to third. 1 pitch after she was drilled in the shoulder, Valdez couldn't handle this. Runner on third base of the super regional. And Ross with a fly ball to left, and that runner will be stranded at third base. A Kennedy changeup gets her out of a nervy 5th.
Texas Tech, along with many others, and the rest is history.
Ground ball down to shortstop for Torres, and one away. Everybody's probably heard the story by now about 2-2 for Allred against Francic. On the ground to second. Potter fumbles it. It's another Florida State error. The Tony ground ball was ruled an infield. Softly hit on the ground. Beecham goes to second. Gets the lead runner there.
Just so much soft contact. I mean, maybe you can rack your brain. Has Texas Tech on in, but you have to be careful if you go inside against her.
That ball smoked to third. It eats up Beecham. It's into left field. And Johnson, who returned to the game, can only make it as far as second. That's in the game. A 3-1 for Elder. Ripped on the ground and up the middle. There's a collision between runner and fielder at short. So Johnson's going to be waved in to score. Alana Johnson crashed into Issa Torres, who was in her way in the running lane.
Torres and getting caught up here as Torres is just going for a play on the ball, ran right into her. Glasgow sending her the whole way, knowing that he would have obstruction on her side. And Johnson, a lot of time to score. What a slow developing play. I thought that that ball would have gotten in a little bit.
Said she just finds a way to win. She leads this team. And she's led this team to a 2-0 lead. They've got another run. They've got Nyjah Kennedy, and they've got 6 outs to get. State has committed 7 errors in this super regional and collected 4 hits. And they immediately pop up a bunt. Annie Potter for the first out. Through an 8-pitch 6. She get the first out on the first pitch here. And Torres smokes the ball to left, right at Elder. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Sunday Night Baseball this week, the series finale between the Dodgers and tonight. Kerr is now 0 for 5 against her this super regional. 1-1. Smacks a ground ball to second. Langoliers plays the hop. Yesterday it was an 8-pitch 6th. Today
they're going to play out in February and March. Easily could have been a top 8 seed.
Valdez pops up to Torres, and we check in with Matt Schick.
In super regionals, and what seed would Texas Tech get? It was even questionable at times that they'd get the top 16.
Tony is out at first for the second out. Is over in game 2 before some game 1s. To second, it's Hartley. And it's the last chance for Florida State. The heart of the order needs 2 to stay alive.
On the first pitch, that was a pitch that, in my opinion, should have been a strike. And now Dak showing a lot of patience.
She walks on 4 pitches. Playing for what was her dream school.
Lister.
An 0-2.
Oh, yeah.
Is hit into right center field. A deep Davis couldn't make the catch. Edenfield's on the way to second. And the tying runs are in scoring position.
She's just gonna fight. This is an 0-2 swing, battling off a pitch up and in her hands, and Davis was playing so deep, respecting the power of Edenfield, and then it just falls in front of her. Davis is so fast, did everything that she could, laying out for that, and it falls. And now this is the best opportunity by far that Florida State has had in this game. Great effort by Davis to lay out for that, doing everything that she could, but it's a 2-strike hit for Edenfield, and she gets to second base.
"60 pitches thrown in less than 24 hours. McKenzie with a chopper to shortstop. Brings in a run. Texas Tech gets the out, but the tying run, Edenfield gets to third. Florida State is on the board, is into the game as the tying run. Wakecaser, the go-ahead run. Swings away, pops the ball up, foul ground. Allred's got it for out number 2. to this. They need one strike. Popped up to all red, and that's going to do it. Nigeria Kennedy and Texas Tech are on to the World Series for the first time.
There's nothing else like celebrating this super regional moment with your teammates, especially when it's something that's never been done before, never been done in a long amount of time. And for Florida State, it just felt like maybe this is going to be the turning point in this super regional, that they were going to get back in it, tie up this game, give themselves a chance to win it. But Nigeria Kennedy is the biggest buzzsaw there is maybe in college softball right now, leading her team to the World Series for the first time in history.
This is what the folks in Lubbock were hoping for a softball program that had no history of sustained success. 6 NCAA tournaments. They put in some serious investment into this program. It started with Jerry Glasgow, and just about overnight, this program turned from an afterthought into a contender. And the Texas Tech Red Raiders, the champions of the Big 12, are the first team to punch their ticket